I found that I'm actually much more playful now that I've started work here. And it's a really strange thing to think about because people think of hospice as being very solemn and very serious. But being able to laugh when there is something to laugh about is about the balance in life. So we remember the seriousness of what is going on here. We remember the seriousness of the big love that our patients have with their loved ones. But we also remember that part of that big love is the joy that we can have in big moments and in small moments. And that is a big gift of being able to work here.
Why I chose home palliative care or home hospice care as a career path, because I feel that it is where I can see a patient as a whole, as an entire person, not just a patient. I feel that that empowers me to actually do my best for them, not just to manage their disease, but also to see what are the dreams and hopes that they may have or they used to have before they turn ill.
So it's not about what I bring, what I can do for them per se, but really first bringing my presence towards them. I know we are like of different roles, music therapy, art therapy, physio, but at the end of it, and almost at the start of it, we have to be first and foremost human to each other. But over here, it helps them to feel safe in a foreign environment, where they hear a song that they like, they're familiar with, they feel safe. Second one is a lot are going through losses in their life, not just about their diagnosis, but it can be pertaining to they can no longer walk, they can no longer cook.
In my day-to-day work over here, I find a lot of meaning and fulfillment simply knowing that I can bring comfort to my patients at the end of life using the knowledge and skills that I have to keep them comfortable. At the same time, knowing the patients and knowing the family reminds me of what is important in life.
This job has really enabled me to really see life as very fragile, and to also, for my patients, I try to really maximize every day to see what I can help them to enhance their quality of life. And also, I think it has really helped me grow as a person as well, in terms of learning from their resilience, their courage and their strength in coping with their illnesses.
We started with zero financing. Not in my wildest dreams. 30-odd years ago did I dream that Dover Park Hospice would become what it has become now. Because hospice is associated with death. The bad name is not hospice. The bad name is death. The first challenge was the population. They took to the streets and said they didn't want a hospice. We were supposed to be in Dover Road. That's why it's called Dover Park Hospice. I can tell you many, many cases and instances where our patients turned around and said, I wish I had come here earlier. I would like to see in Singapore that everyone is cared for. The reality of life is there is death. So every moment matters and no person should die alone.
Back in actually 1959, there was no such thing as a formal hospice. There were, death houses in Sego Lane. And because of that, I always wanted to start a hospice in the Western style. People didn't even know the word hospice. I had to launch a campaign together with fellow workers, my fellow doctors who were like-minded, and teach people what a hospice does. Many of them had never heard of palliative medicine. They didn't know what palliative medicine was. And it was a very good thing that we were able to tie up through the university, and they introduced it into the curriculum.
There's a lot more human touch to the work that we do here in the hospice. It's creating those moments where the patient, together with their caregiver, find that connection with each other and creating that moment of memory for loved ones to come together and remember the goodness and the beauty of each person.
On a balance, palliative care is a lot more than just end-of-life care. We are here to actually help the patient in a holistic manner to manage their symptoms, and it's for any patients with advanced life-limiting illness, regardless of age as well. The common misconception is that we see only elderly patients, but the truth is that we also see younger patients. We see patients in their 40s, 50s, and very unfortunately, we have even seen patients as young as in their 20s as well, with advanced cancer.
I do see the future that palliative care touches many more lives, many more patients, many more families than what we are doing today. The second is around the care model, which is a very accessible, technology-enabled future, whereby leveraging on the tools of modern communication, the medical devices that we have today, that just a decade ago we did not have.
This point in their lives that they are here in hospice, we are actually providing a sense of normalcy and dignity that even though they are on this point of their life, they can still do more other than being in bed. So I think the misconception about being in a hospice that is, this place is very sad. But actually what I learned through the years is a very happy place.